Hey everybody, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. My name is Stephanie. Welcome to the KetoMOM page. Hey, we're gonna dive into 10 tips to help you with this lifestyle. 10 keto tips, low carb tips, just 10 tips as you dive into this lifestyle approach. I hate to say diet, so our family loves to say we live the ketogenic low carb lifestyle. And so I'm gonna give you just some basic, simple understandings of just how we started, 10 tips to help you. If you're just tuning in, where are you tuning in from? I would love to know. I am a mom. If you're brand new to this page, post new below. So I'm a mom. We've got 4 girls. We homeschool. We track a lot of our life over on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, go to KetoMOM Secrets, all one word, KetoMOM Secrets, all one word. And you can go and watch our homeschool life, our fitness life. We just track a lot of stuff over there. We also have 2 dogs, and they are girls as well. So if you hear them in the background, if you hear my kids screaming, that is a part of our life. And so our girls do a lot of stuff with us. They're in the kitchen, they go grocery shopping. Our dogs are always loud in our videos. But I do want to give you 10 tips. And while you are tuning on, what are you making for dinner? So right now I've got chicken right here in the crock pot. So we're having chicken tacos tonight. What are you having? And all I did, because everybody wants to know what I'm having, right? Or what are you having, or how do you cook it? We are having chicken tacos. I put 6 chicken breasts in the crock pot hours and hours ago. I just shredded it all up. It was in water, and that's it. You could use chicken broth or stock if you want to. And after I shredded it, hey, my dogs are being super crazy loud, by the way. Isn't that funny how as soon as you press play, if you love to share anything on social media, like a kid starts screaming, dogs start barking. Like my dogs were sleeping until I pressed play, and then they went nuts. So anyways, we are having chicken tacos. All I did is I put chicken in the crock pot. I just seasoned it with some garlic and cumin. Some people add salsa to their chicken tacos. That's it. We keep it super simple. Put it on lettuce wraps, lettuce salads, low carb wraps, however you want to eat it. I love those egg thins, and so that's what we're having for dinner. What are you having for dinner? I'm just curious. Share with us below, because as you share your recipes and as you share your ideas, guess what? People might scroll through and they might go, oh my goodness, I haven't had keto lasagna in weeks, or I haven't had chili, 'tis the season for soup. What kind of soup do you love to make? I love to use the crock pot. It is fall here in Kentucky. Where are you from? And so again, if you're new, post new below. Also press the share button. Why? Because sharing is caring, and you might find it super, super fun if you share videos or share things that you love. Other people that are friends with you, whether they're your coworkers or a friend or a neighbor, might go, oh my goodness, I'm doing keto or low carb. Why don't we do it together? Why don't we meet up? Why don't you share some of your recipes? I'll share some of mine with you. So sharing is caring. Press the share button. We're gonna dive in. You guys ready? So our chicken tacos will be ready probably in 30 minutes. My kids are running outside anyway, so it's not a big deal. Number 1, I'm gonna give you 10 low carb keto lifestyle tips to get you on your way, to get you back on track. If you're brand new and you're like, I don't know where to start, or if you just need to go, I just need a good reminder of some things that I should be doing, maybe best practices, right? So number 1, you guys tell me if you can see this, because I tried to flip the camera, but sometimes social media is funny. So number 1 is read labels. Is that backwards, or can you read that? Somebody tell me if you can read that. So number 1 is read labels. If you actually can't read it, I won't write the other ones on the whiteboard. But number 1 is read labels. Is it backwards or not? Somebody tell me. So what I mean by that is this. You don't have to be an expert in reading labels, okay? You don't have to be an expert in understanding every single thing that is in the ingredients list, but I want to give you a couple pointers, okay? It's backwards, of course it is, to be expected. It's fine. Number 1, read labels. I'll write them all down for your tips in the video comments when we're done, okay? So I want to give you an example. My kids will probably have their chicken tacos in these wraps. I'll probably use a lettuce wrap or a lettuce salad bowl. Whatever you want to do is best for you, right? But a lot of people some people just give a lot of people grief. We love to say, don't mess up good for perfect. So a tip, what is that noise? Oh, my crock pot is done. I was like, what is that beeping sound? If you guys can hear it, the meat is done. Okay, so all I want you to do is this, flip flip whatever you're eating over, right? Yogurt, something out of a box, it doesn't matter what it is. I want you just to flip it over and I want you to look at what's in the ingredients list. Okay, so all I want you to look is, if you scroll through the ingredients, did you guys know, here's a little tip, the first ingredients that are on here are the ones that's the most of the ingredient. So what I mean by that is, if it says like 0 grams of sugar in here, right? I was gonna give you another example. For this, somebody the other day was like, why do you eat these? It says there's sugar in it. We don't mess up good for perfect. Some people live this life of like, sorry, carrots aren't keto. Can't have tomatoes, they're not keto. Oh, don't eat too much broccoli, it's not keto. Too many carbs, sorry, that onion is not keto. Okay, so in our family, on this page, in our home, we say don't mess up good for perfect. So like, there are a lot of great options, right? It's what works best for you. So we choose the best foods that we can. We eat these as snacks. If you were to look at the back of it, I always look straight at the carbohydrate. So it says less than 1 gram of carbohydrate. I always look at the carbs first. So I say the tip is to flip, read labels, tip is to flip, look at the carbohydrates, then look at the dietary fibers and the sugars. So it says less than 1 gram of sugar. If I go down here to the ingredients, it says pork, salt, chopped parsley, and then cane sugar. So it's a little bit further down, but like the further down it is, the less it is, and it's under 1 gram. So we don't mess up good for perfect. It's the best, like, simple things we can take on the go. We eat these. Some people that maybe have to be in ketosis due to medical reasons, they might not. Their diet or their lifestyle is gonna look way different than somebody who's on here whose goal is some fat loss or energy or just wanna start feeding your family better. Does that make sense? Number 1, read labels. And just so you're very well aware, a net carb and a total carb. For those of you who are like, I'd love to stick under like 60 carbs a day, or my goal is under 20 carbs. So if you look at the total carbs right here, in these low carb wraps, there's 19 grams. If you look at the dietary fiber, you can actually subtract that. It's 14 grams. There's no sugar in this. It's five net carbs, okay? My children are just fine eating these. If you don't want to eat them or you have to be completely gluten-free, it won't work for you, but these are a better option. Is this making sense? Read labels, the tip is to flip. You might find yourself grabbing some of those yogurts or these healthier drinks that are on the aisles and flipping them over, and I am shocked. When we first started flipping things over, I was shocked at how many grams of sugar were in yogurts, in those healthy, like, juiced drinks, in those things that are like, I mean, it will blow your mind. It's just fun. So look at the total carbs, look at the sugars. You can subtract fiber and sugar alcohol, okay? And then that will give you your net carbs. So does this make sense so far? Number 1, your number 1 tip out of 10, and they all won't last this long, is read labels. Hey, number 2 is I want you to drink more water. So there's lots of fun ways you can get your water in throughout the day. Keep a water bottle with you. Something fun that we do, and I don't have anything on me, but we used to put rubber bands on here for the amount of water or water bottles I needed throughout the day. When I filled it up, I would take one rubber band off. So you should have approximately half your body weight in ounces in water, okay? So whatever you weigh, split it in half, that approximation in ounces of water. Keep it with you at all times. Find your favorite water bottle, fill it up, add some lemon to it. That will help. Drink your water, especially when you're in ketosis, because your body's naturally getting dehydrated. You need to drink your water, okay? Number three is this. I want you to make sure you're adding your electrolytes. Once you get into the groove of eating this way, whether it's low carb, keto, eating better, most people need electrolytes. If you get a slight headache, if you are getting cramps in the evenings, if you just kind of feel off, grab some salt, grab some Himalayan salt. This is a salt that we love. Put a little pinch in your water, and that's all you need to do, right? So that helps with when your body's actually in ketosis, it's flushing out sodium, magnesium, potassium. You could take some magnesium, you could go grab your own electrolytes. We actually also drink an electrolyte called Mitoplex. So you can grab this at KetoMOM.com, but it's a little electrolyte packet. I put it in my water. And so super, super helpful, whether it's this, whether it's a pinch of salt, whether it's pickle juice, I don't care what it is, get your electrolytes in. You'll know if you need them by your headache. You might feel off, you might get cramps, and you just need electrolytes. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is this. If your goal is fat loss, which most of you come here and you're like, hey, I'd love some fat loss. We talk a lot about like feeding our bodies the best that we can, right? Like your fat loss is gonna be in the kitchen. 80% of what's gonna happen to your body is going to be the food that you put in your mouth or don't put in your mouth. But exercise is number 4. It is really important. Not that you have to go spend hours in the gym, you've gotta go sweat like bullets, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, move your body. Take your dog for a walk. Go shoot some hoops with your kids. Maybe during every commercial break, you get up and you do 10 or 15 jumping jacks. All I want you to do is just get in a better habit of moving your body. Does that make sense? Exercise is important. It doesn't have to be hours and hours in the gym. So that's number 4. Number 5 is, I want you to understand when you dive into this lifestyle, this keto diet or lifestyle, low carb lifestyle, keto-ish, lazy keto, whatever you want to call it, is not all about bacon and butter. I'm sorry if that's why you're here. If you're like, I'm just living off of bacon and butter and that's what I want. That's not really how this works. So I just love to encourage people that oftentimes they go, isn't keto bad for you? Like, I'm sorry, I've heard the doctor say it's not the greatest. It's a healthy, wonderful lifestyle filled with vegetables and salads and healthy meats and avocados and some butter, and you can have bacon, you can have some dairy, but the point is this, keep it in mind. My food choices should not be considered eating a pound of bacon in the day and living off of fat bombs and a whole bunch of cheese in the evenings, okay? So just keep it in mind, this is about a healthy greens and salads and meats and other great foods. Seafood is great. And so yes, you can have some dairy. You don't have to have dairy for every meal. Yes, you can have some berries. You don't have to live off of fruit for every meal. Is this making sense? So some people they think, oh, that keto diet, I mean, those people are eating all that fat. No, fat is great for you. Avocados and butter and some good fatty meats keeps you fuller longer, right? But guess what? You don't live off of bacon and butter. Okay, number 6 is this. This is number 1. This is like, it should be number 1, but number 6, this is just how I wrote them out. Don't eat if you're not hungry. I wish I had my whiteboard because I wish I could write backwards. Don't eat if you're not hungry. So just because it's keto, like if I'm sitting in the kitchen making my chicken, and I'm like, oh, these are keto, I can eat them, and I just start snacking on them. I grab a fat bomb out of the fridge because I'm in the kitchen, I pop it in my mouth, come home from work, or I'm bored, sit down to watch a movie with my family, and I'm munching on pork rinds, even though I'm not hungry, but it's keto, it's fine. You guys, you're gonna hear a lot of people say, we don't have to count calories, woohoo! Like, this is all about eating low carbs. I can take the buns off the burgers, the croutons off the salad, that's awesome, right? And you don't have to be obsessed about calories, but if you're gonna start popping fat bombs and dark chocolate and excess pork rinds and a whole bunch of other foods when you're not hungry, guess what? Your calories are gonna go up. And the point of fat burning, or the point of losing some fat and just overall feeling better, is the point of eating fat is because it keeps you fuller longer. You don't need to snack. So there can be an excess of calories. Oftentimes women go, hey, I've reached a plateau, or this isn't working, or I'm not seeing the fat loss like my girlfriend over here or my husband over here, which men drop weight faster than women, just so you're very well aware. Like, don't compare your results, women, to your husband. Don't do it. But what I want you to understand is this. Don't eat if you're not hungry. You don't have to go snack just because you're bored. And so the point is, like, you have these things here for a little treat if you feel like you need a couple of them, or I add these to our shakes. I hope this is making sense. You can overeat calories even in good foods, and you might get to the point where you're here and it's not gonna work for you. So most women eat too much cheese, eat too much dairy, add like 3 pounds of heavy cream to their coffee. Just be mindful and go, am I hungry? Am I not? Am I eating because I'm bored, or do I actually need to go drink? Maybe you're thirsty. Most of the time when we think we're hungry, go grab some water and actually reassess your body to go, oh, I'm not hungry yet. We don't need to be snacking every hour to 2 hours. So that was, I don't know, I lost track of my number. The next one is this. I did take some notes, and then my notes are really scribbly. So the next one is, I talked about, I don't know. Isn't that terrible? Actually, I think I dove in and I said, don't eat when you're not hungry, and then I combined it with don't eat a whole bunch of foods because it's keto. So good thing we're not keeping track of numbers, but I am giving you some tips to help you. So while you're tuning in, I would love to know where you're tuning in from. What are you making for dinner? We've got food in the crock pot. Press the share button below. If you're new, press share, or new. Press new. Not press new. Let us know that you're new. Post new below so that we can connect. Okay, my last 2 tips are this. If you are super obsessed about the scale, I want you to, before the end of the night tonight, I want you to go upstairs. I want you to go, you know what? The scale does not define who I am. And so I want you to take the batteries out. I want you to take the scale, go put it in your trunk. I want you to go give it to your neighbor, throw it in the dumpster, put it in the basement, hide the scale. Have your husband hide the scale. Have your wife hide the scale. Have your friend hide the scale. I don't care. This is not about that number on the scale moving. If you just think about this for a second, okay? If you are eating better, if you are not having the cereal and the Cinnabons and the donuts for breakfast, if you're not living off of like pizza pockets and frozen pizzas and mac and cheese like I was for lunch, if you're not like shoving your face full of pasta and garlic bread like I was for dinner, and if you've incorporated more salads and healthier meats and eggs and just better options, proteins and fats, if you've done that, right? If you've taken those little spongy things out of your salad and flicked them across the restaurant and said, I said no croutons, please. No, I'm kidding. If you're doing that, logical sense would say it's going to help you, right? You didn't get to where you are today overnight. You're not going to get to where you want to go overnight. So the scale is not a determining factor. Weigh yourself every 3 to 4 weeks. I know that sounds crazy to some of you ladies. This is about inches lost. How are your clothes fitting? How are you feeling? Like, some people are so obsessed about the scale, but they feel amazing and they can play with their kids and they can come home and have a conversation with their spouse and they can stay up and work on the things they want to and they're more mindful and they're more present, and yet they're so frustrated because that number isn't moving. Get rid of it. If you are consciously making better decisions, it will go away. There's lots of things that go on in your body. Get rid of the scale. Lastly, pay attention to your sleep and your stress, okay? Your sleep and your stress play a big, important part of fat loss. A lot of people think, like, it's just the food. Food is important, and if you're stressed out at work, when you come home, you better find something to de-stress you. Read a book. Listen to some music. Pop an ear AirPod in and listen to an audible book. Do something. Like, don't sit mindlessly in front of the TV. That doesn't help you sleep. Put your little blue blocker glasses on. I don't have any right here, but shut the TV off an hour before you're gonna go to bed. There's lots of little hacks and tips you can do to help you sleep better, to de-stress your life, and that will help with your fat loss. I know it sounds weird, but it actually does. And so that's super important. Oh, I had 2 more things. Intermittent fasting. If your goal is fat loss, a lot of people go, should I intermittent fast? Yeah, it's super great. Like, it's gonna help you eat less calories. It's gonna help you eat less because you are not eating really a meal, an entire breakfast. And if you're doing it properly, if you're doing it for a good chunk of time, you're not gonna squeeze all 2,000 calories in from lunchtime until supper time. You're probably gonna eat less because maybe you've had a fat coffee during the day, or maybe you had some ketones to keep your satiety up, you're not hungry. The point is not to shove all of the food in that window. It's really to help you eat less. That's what intermittent fasting is for. If you eat less and you're feeling amazing, what's gonna happen? You're gonna eat less calories and you're gonna have some of the fat come off and off and off. That's the point of it. And so it's also to help your body rest. So it is really important. It's great for a lot of people. Who intermittent fasts on here? And if you do you love it? My husband does it every single day. I do it probably 3 or 4 times a week, mainly because I forget to eat. I do love breakfast, I'm not gonna lie. And so here's the deal. We talked about reading labels. The tip is to flip. We talked about drinking more water, adding electrolytes to your water or just to your regimen in general. Your body is flushing out all of those electrolytes. Exercising, just move your body in some way, shape, or form. Go for a walk around the block. Eat healthy, good foods. Don't live off of bacon and butter. Don't mess up good for perfect. We are not going into our kitchen because it's keto and just eating mindlessly, okay? We're being aware of what we're eating. If intermittent fasts help you, intermittent fast. You're not just gonna go pop a fat bomb because you're bored and you wanna have something sweet. That's not the point of it. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Don't keep grabbing foods because it's keto. You're gonna overeat. And sleep and stress play a big part. Lastly, my number 1 hack, honestly, is to drink ketones. So I tell people I start with this in the morning. I drink 2 a day. I'll show you exactly how it works. It's a packet, I shake it up, it puts you in ketosis in under an hour. And so some people go, I don't get it. I talk about this on my Instagram a lot. It's called Mom Fuel. It's actually called Pure Therapeutic Ketones, but I call it Mom Fuel. It can be Dad Fuel, Boss Fuel, Kid Fuel, Brain Fuel, Banker Fuel. I have a girl that says it's her farmer fuel. Whatever you want to call it, it's ketones. So when you drink it, you can actually drink it. It puts you in ketosis in under 1 hour. You shake it up in some water. I drink one in the morning and then one later in the day. I'm only drinking this one because I wanted to show you how it worked. And so, but I drink it before a workout, and then you actually can test your blood ketones. Does anybody out there ever test their blood ketones? So those pee strips, just be very well aware, they are not accurate. The longer you eat low carb, keto, or even drink ketones, those little strips don't work. Don't get frustrated. I want to know how you feel, how's your energy, how's your focus. That's what this does. Pardon my puppy. So you drink this and it gives you energy, focus, fat loss, better mood, helps you with your sleep, digestion, muscle preservation, and then from there you can choose better options. I just talked to a mom earlier on Instagram and she's like, I have such a busy life and I feel like I'm not making the best choices, I'm making better choices. I need something for energy. I need something to keep me on track. That's what this is. This was like my life preserver. It got my head above the water. Every single day I drank this, and we worked on one meal at a time in our family for 8 months until I felt like I actually had our food under control. And so if you want to know more, post 10 below and you and I are going to chat. We're doing some fun KetoMOM fun little packs. So you can try a variety of flavors without committing a month to anything. So if you want to post 10, you and I will chat. I'll show you a fun video that actually explains the power of ketones and it actually being a fuel source. And so those are the hacks that I have for you. We do all of these. I feel absolutely amazing. Our family's been on this journey for, well, my husband like 7 years. I've been on this journey for probably almost 5 years with myself and the girls, making the best choices possible in our home. I'm stronger. I've never felt better as a mom. I'm more focused. I feel like I look younger than I did before when we first started. I really do, which is crazy to me. Ketones actually help with skin too. And I did cut my hair, for those of you who are asking. I cut off the braid. If you're brand new, you wouldn't know. I usually have a baseball cap on with a long braid and I cut like 12 inches off. Crazy, right? So I hope that was helpful. I would love for you to press the share button because sharing is caring and a lot of other people need just tips and tricks and hacks on how to help them become better. What I love about our company, our family, is we're all about helping people be better. What do you want? What is your better? Do you want to be a better mom, a better dad, a better athlete, a better employee, a better boss? Whatever it is, like that's what our company's mission statement is. That's what our family's all about. Our family, we made a mission statement years and years ago, and our mission statement as a family, as a whole, is helping people live healthy, faith-filled lives. Helping people live healthy, faith-filled lives. That's why this page started. That's why we are here sharing our life with you, and you will find recipes and different tips and tricks and hacks on here to help you and everything that we love. And so this is what our family has done and has been doing for years and years, and we're not going to stop because I feel amazing. And there's so many other people that just want hope. And it might be you, it might be your neighbor, it might be your friend, it might be your boss, it might be your coworker sitting next to you. So when you share the video, they might see it and they might find hope through you, right? Or when you add value, this is not just about my family. We say collaboration is currency. So share your recipes below. Share what's helped you. Is there any tips that you're like, hey, this really helped me when I started this journey? Because you might never know the brand new person that's on here that scrolls through, sees your name, sees your tip, and that might set them on a journey to better. And you did that, not me, right? Like this is about all of us. And so I appreciate you all. I would love to connect with you. So please, please, please reach out. Let me know if you're brand new so that we can connect. If you're in Kentucky, let's connect. We do a lot of local meetups. If you're not in Kentucky, move to Kentucky. No, I'm just kidding. Or share with us what you're having for dinner. The chicken is calling me, it's beeping, so we need to go make my kids some food. Press 10 below if you want some mom fuel, and you and I are gonna chat. So I hope those tips were helpful. I will type the tips up and put them in the header of the video so that you can see them. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys soon.